1/3 of our life is spent sleeping. The 7 to 9 hours we spend catching sleep each night helps the body to heal itself, activate the immune system, and give our heart a break. A good night's sleep is just as important as regular exercise and a healthy diet. Before getting any further, I first want to tell you that when I was researching for some questions related to sleep, like why we need to sleep, how could we sleep healthy, and many more questions, so on and so forth. In that process, I fortunately stumbled on this book, which is Why We Sleep by Matthew Walker. It actually helped me in getting some really cool insights about sleep and broadened my perspective and left me with just one question, which is why is sleep so underrated? And I just want to tell you that if you stick to this video till the very end, I will be helping you with 7 tips for sleeping healthy, which are extremely practical and easy to apply. So let's begin. So before delving into how to sleep better, we first need to know why should we sleep better. So basically the clear-cut fact is that if you are sleeping for anything less than 8 hours, then you are definitely screwing various domains of your life. You might feel that you are 100% productive and efficient, but this is definitely not the case because there are only 1% chunk of people in the whole world who can function completely normal even after sleeping 6 hours or less, and we are probably not in that chunk. In this book, Matthew also tells that if you sleep for less than 7 hours for 10 days in a row, then your mind will get as dysfunctional as it would be without getting any sleep for 24 hours. One more thing that he talks about in this book is that if we sleep for 6-7 hours daily, then the risk of cancer double and our immunity drastically decreases. Not just that, sleeping for less than 8 hours could decrease our productivity, social fluidity, memory recall power, rational decision making, creativity, and also our testosterone levels. So now moving on to the next part of the video, which is how to actually sleep better. I will be taking you through 7 things that you could probably do to make your sleep quality better. Number 1, have a sleep schedule. Actually, our body's circadian rhythm functions on a set loop aligning itself with sunrise and sunset. So basically being consistent with your sleeping and waking time could help you in getting a better sleep, and if you could do it for several weeks, you might not need an alarm. One more thing that I want to talk about in this point is that we should not be procrastinating our sleep because it is definitely not good for our health, and I have also read a fact somewhere that humans are the only mammals that willingly delay sleep. Now moving on to number 2, avoid all caffeine and nicotine. We in this age are actually very much dependent on caffeine. That's why it is the second most traded commodity in the world, but we don't realize the negative impact that it creates on our health and especially on our sleep. So basically caffeine reduces our sleep by taking the place of adenosine receptors. What actually happens is that adenosine is a hormone which creates sleep pressure, or in other words creates an urge to sleep. So when the adenosine gets attached to its receptor, then it functions to cause a sleep. But when we have any caffeinated drinks, then the caffeine takes the place of adenosine receptors, which in turn makes the adenosine non-functional and keeps us awake. So the bottom line is that I personally not recommend any caffeinated drinks after 2 p.m. so that it does not cause any major effect on our sleep, and it's better if you can avoid it completely. Now moving on to our third tip, which is exercise regularly. Exercise is one of the best evidence-based ways to make your sleep quality better. In one of the studies in adults, it was found that exercise nearly halved the amount of time it took to fall asleep and provided 41 more minutes of sleep at night. One more thing that we should keep in mind is that we should not be performing exercises too late in a day because of its stimulatory effect, which increases our alertness and also increase the release of hormones like adrenaline. Now moving on to the fourth tip, which is reduce light exposure at night time. Exposing yourself to the light in daytime is considered very much beneficial, but light exposure during the night time has an opposite effect, as it makes our mind feel that it's still the daytime, so our brain reduces the secretion of hormones like melatonin, which causes lack of sleep. Blue light in particular affects the sleep most severely, which is emitted by our gadgets like laptops and phones. I am also personally working on a habit of not using these devices before I go to bed, but I will definitely recommend you to use some apps like Flux and Night Shift if you are using laptop at night, as it reduces the blue light exposure but not completely. Now moving on to the fifth tip, which is avoid large meals at night. Consuming a large meal before bed can lead to poor sleep and hormone imbalance. Eating late at night can negatively affect the release of HGH and melatonin. Now moving on to the sixth tip, which is relax your mind before going to bed. So many people have a pre-sleep routine which helps them relax. Some ways to relax your mind include reading a book, listening to a relaxing music, or taking a hot shower, meditating, or deep breathing. So try out different methods and find what works for you, and also do let me know in the comment section that what is your pre-sleep routine. Now moving on to the seventh tip, which is avoid long daytime naps. While short power naps are beneficial, but long naps during the daytime can affect your sleep. Sleeping in the daytime can confuse your internal clock, meaning that you may struggle to sleep at night. But according to me, if you take regular daytime naps and can still sleep well in the night, then you shouldn't worry, because the effect of napping are very much subjective and depends on person to person. So finally, if you are still listening to this point of the video, then here are 2 bonus tips from my side for you all. So the first bonus tip is that you should not be lying on bed trying to fall asleep for more than 20 minutes. And I am saying this because it increases your anxiety level. Rather, you should get up and do some activity until you feel sleepy and then go to bed. So what I do is that I go to bed with a book and read it until I feel completely sleepy, and then I go to sleep. This helps me in 2 ways. This helps me in getting knowledge from the book, and in addition to that, it also helps me in getting a better sleep. Now the second bonus tip is using the US Army method to fall asleep. This is one hell of a great way to get instant sleep. This method works 9 out of 10 times for me personally, so I will definitely recommend you guys to hear it out. So in this method, the first step is start breathing slowly. Then feel each and every muscle of your face relaxing, like your jaw muscle or muscle below your eyes, etc. Then remove all the tensions from your forehead. Now drop your shoulders down as much as you can and feel that your complete upper body is relaxed. Then slowly start releasing tensions from your leg, starting from your thighs to your lower legs. And in the end, start focusing on your breaths. Then you are totally ready to fall asleep. So try it out and let me know in the comment section if it worked for you or not. And in addition to that, also let me know some of your ways to get a better sleep. I will definitely love to know that. So this is all about today's video. If you found it helpful, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, then do consider subscribing the channel for more such videos. So bye bye, stay safe, and I will see you soon in the next video.